Sleeper Wire, the only fantasy football radio show with more than a dozen multi-time, multi-league, multi-year champions. Listen to the Sleeper Wire show every Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern on Dash Talk.
The mail never stops.
Here comes the mailman.
Mail time.
Mail time. Mail time. Mail time. The mail's here. When you control the mail, you control information.
If there's something strange in your league, who you gonna call? Sleeper Wire!
Oh, welcome, guys. Welcome. Happy Thanksgiving weekend and week to you all out there. And thank you for tuning in to the Sleeper Wire show. Tonight is the MailSack. It's November 22nd, 2017. I'm producer Steve, but I'm not really on the show today. I'm behind the scenes. I got Max. I got Lucas. I got Dirty Jobs coming in soon. Hoos might make an appearance if he's not too busy cooking the turkey. But this is the MailSack where we take your questions from the Fantasy Life and SleeperBot app. And also, don't forget, you can call in. That is how you get us to answer your question immediately. 909-713-7030. 909-713-7030 is the number to call. And actually, we already have a caller, and he's on hold. So, Max and Lucas, I'm going to let you jump into that call right now before we get into the sack. Take it away.
All right.
Hey, guys. Happy to hop into the sack here. First one for this week.
Hey.
So I want to start off with a big question for anyone who has Larry Fitzgerald versus Jacksonville this week. So I've got him, and unfortunately I lost OBJ earlier in the year, so he's kind of my one right now. I've got him, Funchess. Oh, this is a full PPR, 2-flex league. But I've got him, Funchess right now, and then Doxson, Corey Davis as my wide receivers. And I was planning on playing Fitzgerald and Funchess, but I wanted to know if you guys would ever consider benching Fitz and playing Doxson over him this week.
Max, I'll let you go first here. I already know my answer.
See, I want to say start Fitz, roll with Fitz, but I'm going to have to go with Doxson. Washington had a really rough defeat last week, and I think they're going to want to come out there and just destroy. And the Giants are a team that can and should be destroyed. Sorry if you're a Giants fan. So I'd have to go with Doxson over Fitzgerald for this week, just because Cardinals' QB situation is pretty bad.
Even with Janoris looking a little bit better.
Yeah.
See, now I'm going to hop in here and I'm going to be contradictory. There's absolutely no way that you're sitting the number 4 wide receiver in PPR on the season. Not only is he number 4 in production, he is number 4 in targets. He has already seen 98 targets. They had a new QB last week. Well, guess what? He caught 90% of his targets. He caught 9 out of 10 for 91 yards and a touchdown. I'm not worried at all. They're at home. Larry Fitz is still going to get his targets. He's still going to get double-digit targets. He's likely going to pull down 6 or 7. You're going to have a fantastic floor. Good chance of him getting in the end zone. You can't really count on that, but you can bank on double-digit fantasy points from Larry Fitz. And Doxson, although I like Doxson, I just don't like him as much as I like the number 4 wide receiver on the year.
It really comes down to what do you want to do. You want to be safe or you want to take a risk? If you want to be safe, I completely agree. Larry Fitz is the guy to go for.
Yeah, it's true. I'll just look at my matchup. I do have 4 strong running backs. I've never actually played 4 running backs, but I've got Hunt, Ingram, Kamara, and P. Ryan.
I would start Hunt, Ingram, and Kamara.
But it's a 2-flex league.
And I'd start all 4 of your running backs.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, and then I'm going to wide receive Fitzgerald and Funchess. Would you do Funchess as a 2?
Yes.
Yeah, I would. I like those. That's exactly what I would do if I had that team.
All right.
And good job with the running backs.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty stoked on. I picked up P. Ryan last week, and I made a trade for Ingram and Kamara earlier in the season, so I'm pretty happy right now. But we'll see.
Attaboy, keep it up.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys. I'll call in next week.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thanks.
You know, I understand the love people have for Fitzgerald, and I feel like it's just a bias I have because I don't know why my head's always like, bad quarterback, don't start him, because he beats the matchups, he beats everything.
Well, he does. He's done it, and you see this with the good players. they are going to get the production. As long as they have targets, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is because they are going to make the plays. And it's the same thing with like DeAndre Hopkins. People were worried about Hopkins with Savage, and the dude is getting 12 targets a week with Savage, and it doesn't matter. He is still producing. Someone's going to catch those, and especially in PPR, the biggest issue from standard to PPR, or that you're looking at with a reduction of a quarterback, is usually the depth of target. But in a PPR, the yards don't matter as much as they do in a standard, and what really matters is the catches. So as long as they're getting the target, the studs are still going to do it. DeAndre Hopkins and Fitz have not fallen off, even with lesser quarterbacks throwing it to them. You got to run with them.
I'm sold. You have sold me, sir.
I think we have Dirty Jobs on the line. I'm not sure. Mike, are you there?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? How's it going?
Hey.
I was just staying quiet over here. I figured they were talking about Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon looking good at practice. Hugh Jackson's saying it's Christmas for him. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
My non-playoff contention team this year.
Yeah.
Dude, let's talk about a team of underperformers. I don't even want to talk about my team right now. I'll just end up crying.
No, we're talking about the fans' teams today, guys. Come on. Call in numbers.
All about the fans.
Call in numbers 909-713-7030. You guys all got the MailSack notes ready to go. Mike, are you going to run the show today? Yell out the questions?
Absolutely. Ready when you guys are.
Let's do it.
Okay, we got the right stuff. He says, any word on Chris Hogan playing this week?
There is no word as of yet. The last thing the Patriots said about him, this was before last Sunday, was that he's probably going to be out a few weeks. So keep that in mind. It's going to be another Amendola week.
Yeah, he's been week to week and not day to day. Generally, you start getting close to play when they're calling him day to day. Patriots don't like to release this kind of information. But Amendola and Rex Burkhead, I know he had an off week last week, but Rex Burkhead will likely be worked back in. And now they're using these 3 different tight ends that seem to be catching passes. So wouldn't worry too much about it. Let Hogan stay on your bench and use another option.
Okay, we have SJS12. He says, do we believe Greg Olsen is a full go and a must start if so?
Greg Olsen,
I would say yes, he's a full go, but no, I wouldn't start him.
I'm starting him. Are you kidding me?
I'm with Max. I'm starting him. Unless you have Ertz or Ingram or Kelsey. I mean, unless you have one of the top 4, you're going to start Olsen. Who are you talking about that you would start over him?
The only sneaky play at tight end I would start over him this week that isn't one of those top 5 guys, or Vernon Davis, who honestly could be a top 5 now that Reed's probably going to be done for the year, would be Jared Cook for Oakland. That guy's just getting work every single week. Charles Clay possibly, but Greg Olson's Greg Olsen.
Yeah,
Cam Newton already said he's
against the Browns a lot this week too.
Yeah, I'm starting Olsen almost everybody. The top 5, Kelsey, Gronk, Ertz, Graham, and Ingram, and Delaney Walker. If you had any of those 6, I'm probably going to start those 6. But even over Doyle, I'm going to start him. I'm going to start him over
Hunter
Austin
Henry.
Jenkins. Hunter Henry, I actually like this week because Dallas seems to be giving up a lot to the tight end.
I just dropped Hunter Henry for Greg Olsen. That's how confident I am in Greg Olsen.
Yeah, I would have done that too. I do think Hunter Henry has a pretty decent week this week. I know they've been off, him and Rivers, but I think you see a touchdown from him this week.
All right.
Howdy, caller. What's your name?
What's up, guys? It's Curtis.
Hey, Curtis. What's going on, buddy?
Hold on, wait.
What's up?
Curtis, hang on. Last Sunday, you called us about Fournette, and did you end up starting him, or did you go with somebody else?
I benched him for Latavius Murray, and I'm so happy I did.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
I'm glad you came out of that one all right.
Oh wait, I wasn't on the blitz. Who recommended Latavius Murray?
It was me and Mike that said to go ahead and sit Fournette.
That's right. That is correct. And I'd say it again.
All right.
Although
What's your question, though?
Put up a pretty good game.
My dog's crying. I have to let him out. So I'm going to be away from the mic, but I want to hear the question before I walk away.
What you got, Curtis?
All right, guys. First of all, give you guys a big thank and shout out because you told me to start Kamara, and I won by 5 points, so I appreciate that. That was good. That was good on you guys. And also, my question for this week is, it's the same issue. If I'm going Kamara, or I'm going for Net this week.
Who are your other options? Because I would like to play both of those.
Yeah.
My other option is Bell and Hunt.
I might. Yeah. Look,
good for you.
I'm sitting Hunt. I'm sitting Hunt, and I'm playing Kamara and Fournette.
I agree.
As long as Fournette's a
that.
go. I mean, Hunt has not hit double digits in like 6 weeks in a standard.
Well, the issue with that as well, though, with Hunt not hitting is the coaching. Andy Reid has kind of abandoned the run game for the most part. In the offensive coordinator, I don't know if they fired him yet, but they probably should. I would agree, though. It sounds like blasphemy, but I'd say Hunt.
Well, it's not just that they're going away from it, but they're giving the other running backs touches.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Like, I don't understand what they are doing. Like, they're giving the other Hunt touches. They're giving West touches. Like, okay, if your main back, who is a stud, is tired, go ahead and pull him. But if he's not tired, you leave him in the game because they have to worry about him. When he is in, it frees stuff up for Tyreek and it frees stuff up for Kelsey. When you bring in one of the lesser backs, then they get to key on the other players, and it just doesn't make sense. It seems so much like common sense that it blows my mind that they're going against the grain in this way. It's like, oh no, we're going to be too smart here.
Yeah, I've been on that same thing because like it's killing me because I know what this man can do. Why won't Andy Reid just be smart and let him run the ball, give him the touches, give him 21 touches a game, keep him in? You're being stupid. Leave your best players on the field. That makes no sense.
Yeah, you just lost to the Giants. You lost to the Giants, and you didn't give your most talented player the ball and let him carry your team. It makes no sense to me. I don't get it.
Well, this is how Andy Reid has coached his entire career. He's good enough to have a good team, and then a bad enough coach to lose everything.
Absolutely. Well, Curtis, go tear it up. Win this week. We're only a couple weeks away from talking about your championship.
Man, listen to me. If I win, you already know. It's all because of you guys, man. It's all because of you guys.
Hell yeah. We love to hear that.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. I'll keep listening.
All right. Take care, Curtis. Good luck.
All right, guys.
Looks like we got another call. Howdy, caller. What's your name?
Brandon.
Hey, Brandon. What's going on? What you got, bud?
Not too much. Appreciate you taking the question. I have had the New Orleans DST for a while. They've been pretty good for me. Doesn't look like I'll be able to use them for the rest of the season, so I'm thinking about an upgrade. Do you like Tennessee, Minnesota, or the Falcons? They're all
Minnesota.
Minnesota
is the strongest defense of all those three. The Titans are kind of crap, and the Falcons are a week-to-week play. They're very matchup.
Okay, but Detroit this week and a resurgent Falcons next week, they don't scare you with Minnesota?
The Falcons can crumble, and Detroit also can crumble. Matt Stafford isn't afraid to throw picks.
Got it. Okay, that is what I needed to know. Appreciate it.
Sorry, guys. Took that over.
Yeah, no worries. I agree.
All right. Thanks for the time.
Yeah. Good luck, man.
All right.
Actually, Mike, we have one more caller. I just lost my phone sound effect, but the caller should be on. Hello.
Hi. This is Chase.
Hey, Chase. How's it going, bud?
Yeah, doing well. How are you?
Good, man. Good. What you got for us this week?
Great. Well, thanks for answering my question last week. I think I was boneheaded, didn't play P. Ryan, but I ended up winning by 1 point thanks to Julio Jones.
Oh, baby.
Gotta love it. So I'm hanging in for the playoffs. Just got a few questions on my lineup. Phillip Rivers or Andy Dalton?
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, Rivers. Yeah.
Okay, how about another one? Jack Doyle or Charles Clay?
Probably Doyle. Probably Doyle for me.
Kansas City has the better second.
Clay's questionary.
And
Buffalo has not looked that
he's
good
still better
on offense.
Yeah.
So Jack Doyle's where we're at?
He's going to be a much safer play. I'd say they're going to have the same floor, but Jack Doyle has a higher ceiling.
You got a little baby hands. Okay. Flex, I'm really struggling with Emmanuel Sanders, Mohamed Sanu, or Corey Clemens.
I'd roll either Corey Clement or Mohamed Sanu. You guys can decide this one. I talk too much.
I think Mohamed Sanu for me. I think he's really starting to shine on that offense. He's starting to become really involved. I think you see Ajayi start getting a little bit more work. So, I that's where I'm at. Lucas,
I'm sorry. I'm mixing up my players. I was thinking the receiver for the Browns.
Corey Coleman.
Coleman. Yeah.
Is this full point PPR?
Yes, half point.
Half point. I go Corey Coleman. I don't know what Paxton Lynch is going to do.
I think I still lean Sanu. I just don't like that Cincinnati pass defense.
Yeah, I'm going Sanu. Sanu has been quietly very, very good. And I don't know if you guys watched the Falcons game and saw that ridiculous one-handed catch that he made. You know, with Julio, and then if Devonta Freeman is back, there's a lot of other people that are drawing the attention of the defense, leaving Sanu, who is a very talented receiver, with a lesser defender on him. Sanu's a good player. I'm rocking Sanu, and I'm happy. I'm playing Sanu in my leagues that I have him, and I'm happy to put him in. I set it and forget it with him.
All right, you guys don't see the upside with Corey Coleman's targets?
I don't see the upside with the Browns.
Well, the Browns are the Browns are a bad team. Cincy's defense doesn't scare me, but Sanu is on the better team. All right, I'd roll with Sanu, I guess.
Sanu's been producing, so
yeah, he has.
If it ain't broke, you know what I mean. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Show me the money. He's been showing you the money, so until he stops, keep playing him.
Got any more sayings for me?
Show me the money, baby. Show me the money. That's the one we rock these days.
There you go. All right, thank y'all.
Yep, good luck.
Yeah, I love the show. Thank y'all. Bye.
Hell yeah, thanks. Another caller. Welcome, caller. What's your name?
Hey, what's up? It's Michael. We're the Bear Jew.
Hey, Michael. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. All right, so I've got a tight end question. So I'm stuck with these two, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the last one. So I've got Kyle Rudolph, and it's 0.5 PPR. And I've also got Jordan Reed. So I'm wondering if I should just get off of Jordan Reed and pick up there's Latavius Murray on the waiver.
Yes. Hurry.
Do you need running backs?
Honestly, I have like all the running backs, so I can either just pick up, because I can't trade Jordan Reed for anybody now, so I might as well pick up somebody worthwhile if I feel like trading.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Rudolph's a great tight end to have. Having Latavius Murray, I'm a huge fan of hoarding running backs, so good on you.
Yeah, I'm that guy. So
if we heard Jordan Reed was on IR tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised.
Look,
yeah,
I'd be
it's
happy.
kind of getting to be old with that guy.
It is, and it's like, even if he's playing, can you really even expect him to play a full game? And the answer to that is no. Like, if he does play a full game, you're amazed. Go with Rudolph.
Yeah, it doesn't help that he also has Vernon Davis either, who's just basically a beast whenever he's on the field anyways, so it's not like they really need him.
Yeah, Rudolph is decent, and you just don't want any of your opponents going down the stretch. Are you in a 10-man? I assume you're in a 10-man.
Yeah, it's a 10-man half PPR.
Okay, yeah, that's probably what I would do. Let someone else deal with the headache of Jordan Reed, and you go ahead and stick with Rudolph. Go check and see if Olsen is on. Happens to be there. In a 10-man, there's a pretty good chance that he might be.
I think someone grabbed him a long time ago after the person dropped him when he went on IR. So he's pretty well been gone for a while.
Okay.
Most of the guys in my league aren't stupid, so that's why I'm also surprised why Latavius Murray is still there. So that's why I was trying to figure out. I need to get rid of that Reed for some Murray.
Yeah, I would do it.
So, all right, and so I mean, if it's a half PPR league, who do you think for the rest of the season? I mean, obviously Latavius is great, but also Josh Doxson's on there. So those are the two people that were standing out to me on the waivers.
Who's so it's Latavius Murray or Josh
Doxson? Yeah,
Doxson's
on there too.
Who are your running backs and what are your receivers?
Oh man, let's see. Hold on, let me pull this up on the speaker. I'll just do this real quick. All right, so I've got McCoy, Lynch, I've got Doug Martin, Alex Collins, Joe Mixon, Jamal Williams. Those are all my running backs.
All right, just so you know right now, Latavius Murray is going to start for you over 4 of your running backs.
Oh, yeah, I'm guaranteed.
Yeah.
Maybe even
and then
5.
Seriously, they're all just middle, and they kind of all shit on me this whole year. But, yeah, anyways. I've got Des Bryant, Larry Fitz, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, and and Marvin Jones.
Yeah, you're much better off than Latavius.
Pick up Latavius. Yeah. You'll actually use him. You're not going to use Josh Doxson going forward by the sounds of it.
Yeah. All right, man. Sweet. I'm going to grab Latavius before someone steals him.
All right. Good luck.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
You too.
All right. Thank you, caller. Guys, I want to throw in a couple of Mixer chat questions real quick here. Let's see. We got on Oswaldo Andrade, Standard League. He wants to know, Jesus, I lost it here. Oh, which 2 wide receivers this week? He's got Hopkins, Tyreek Hill, A.J. Green, Thielen, and Crowder. This guy's team is stacked.
You're going to go Thielen because he's on fire.
Yeah. I'm just never sitting Thielen right now.
I can't sit Tyreek Hill either. I know it's not PPR, but Andy Reid loves getting that man the ball.
I can sit Tyreek Hill for AJ Green.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with targets because Tyreek Hill is talented, but I'm going with the guys that are. I don't know about AJ Green and Thielen for sure. Right. I do like Tyreek Hill, and he's the guy that can take one pass and do something big with it. But I don't trust Andy Reid, and AJ Green is that offense, so I'd rather go through him.
Fair enough.
How could you not trust Andy Reid with that twinkle in his eyes that he always has?
And the food on the stash.
We got another call. Go ahead, caller. You're on.
Hey, my name is Deep, and I have a question regarding my wide receivers.
Okay, what you got?
So I've got Michael Thomas, Robbie Anderson, and I've got Juju, and I've also got Corey Coleman. So out of those four, which three should go in?
Who was the last one?
Yeah.
Corey Coleman, I think.
So you got Michael Thomas, Juju, Corey Coleman, who else?
Robbie Anderson, and also Michael Crabtree.
Anderson, Anderson, Juju, and Michael Thomas
Coleman.
For me.
Yep. Okay. So
that'd be for me.
Monitor what's going on with Juju. He's been questionable, so just kind of monitor the I believe it's his hamstring. He just had like a little, not a full tear or anything like that, but has been tight. So I would monitor that. But I do agree, Michael Thomas and Crabtree for sure. And if Juju's a good to go, I would throw him in there. Otherwise, I would probably lean.
You said Crabtree?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say Crabtree.
Who did you say?
It was Michael Thomas, Juju, and oh my God, I can't remember. There was too many receivers, but I know it wasn't Crabtree.
You said Robbie Anderson, Max.
You said Coleman earlier. So.
I did not. Yeah. I have a Coleman thing, and the Raiders are looking bad to me. Huh.
Okay, and the other question, right? So yeah, I would rather go with Cole. I was thinking of going with Crabtree and Juju if he's healthy, then Juju and Michael Thomas. But then if Juju's out, I'll probably put in Coleman.
Yeah, that's what we would do too. But just monitor Juju.
Okay, and the other question, right? Right now I'm 11-0, so I'm definitely ready for the playoffs.
All right.
But yeah, I just got lucky with everyone else getting injured, I guess. So the other thing, right now I have Steelers on my defense, and it's a 2-quarterback PPR league.
Okay.
So Steelers are playing the Patriots in Week 15, which is like the semifinal. Should I drop Steelers and pick up the Minnesota Vikings right now, who are available as free agents?
Steelers or Vikings rest of season?
I like the Steelers a lot.
I'm going to check out Minnesota's rest of season schedule real quick because those are two very good defenses.
And I'm not against going into the playoffs hoarding a couple of the good defenses. In one of my leagues, I'm sitting first place, and I have Philadelphia and Detroit, and I've been playing matchup for the last several weeks, and it has done me solid. In my league, defenses are putting up 15, 20 points, so it's nice to be able to have that option. So if you wanted to, you could have both of them if you have someone on your bench that's just sitting there at this point that is likely not going to see play time.
And I think that would be your best bet, too, because December 3rd, so next week, Minnesota plays Detroit. Next week, they play Atlanta. Then after that, it's Carolina, whose offense hasn't looked that great. Then it's Cincinnati, whose offense doesn't look good. And then it's Green Bay. And if the Green Bay doesn't start winning, Aaron Rodgers isn't coming back. So Minnesota has kind of a beautiful last 2 to 3 weeks of the playoffs for you. So if you can hoard both, that'd be great.
So in order to hoard, I have to drop somebody. And it's a two-quarterback league, so right now I have Flacco on my bench. My starting quarterbacks are Wilson and Stafford. Should I drop Flacco?
I drop
the other person
Flacco.
I could probably drop. Okay. The other person I could probably drop is Abdullah.
I drop Flacco over Amir Abdullah because Flacco's not going to help a team really, but Amir Abdullah could.
Yeah,
I feel like Amir
Abdullah's
outscored
on the waiver wire if you need to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nobody else would probably pick up Flacco right now. Okay. Yeah, even though he plays the Texans this week, so I don't know if he's a better streamer. And should I sit Stafford based on what he did last time against the Vikings? I think he got like 10 points.
Yeah, but Flacco isn't a good quarterback, so I'd still roll with Stafford because Stafford does have some magic in him sometimes, and he makes some great throws.
Especially on Thanksgiving. He does.
Oh, yeah, he always does well on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I did that too with the start on Thanksgiving. It's like a Super Bowl, so somebody does that. So, okay, thank you guys.
No problem.
No problem, man. Good luck. Tear it up.
All right.
You too.
Phones are off the hook today. Jeez.
Hell yeah.
How many calls?
You guys got a guest host in here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that must be it.
You gotta get some new input from somebody new. All right, let me hit one or two more of these mixer questions. Nick Miller picked up Kenny Stills. Would you pick up any of these players over him in standard? Latavius Murray, Orleans Darkwa, Josh Doxson, Devin Funchess, Cooper Kupp. Any of those guys over Stills? I'm guessing you guys are going to say Murray
or Funchess or Latavius Murray.
I would take Darkwa, Funchess, and Latavius Murray. Cooper Kupp's not in a standard. Cooper Kupp isn't doing enough with it.
Oh, it's standard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you then.
So for me, in order, it's really going to depend. If you need a wide receiver, then you're going Funchess because he's a weekly play. If you need a running back, it's going to be Latavius Murray slightly edging out Orleans Darkwa.
Okay. All right. Let's see one more here. We've got the Bear Jew asked, drop Jordan Reed for Latavius Murray. Didn't we just talk to this guy on the phone?
What?
I think
if we did, it might have been the one that said to cross it out.
Okay, yeah, he did call. Okay. Finally, let's do one more real quick. Pick 3 standard. Mark Ingram, Samaje P. Ryan, Adrian Peterson, Tevin Coleman. If Freeman is in.
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, sit Adrian Peterson.
Sit Peterson.
If Devonta Freeman is out, sit Peterson. If he's not out, I'm sitting Coleman.
I agree with that.
Just based on touches.
All right. And part 2 from Nick Miller, standard, pick 3. We got T.Y. Hilton, Brandon Cooks, Keenan Allen, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Kenny Stills.
Jesus. And how many?
Name
3.
those again.
I need 3. I got Hilton.
What up, Hoos?
Hey,
don't worry.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Merry
Found a little
Christmas.
spot.
Don't worry about Stills. Stills isn't in this picture,
All right.
just hit the other ones.
So it's Hilton, Brandon Cooks, Keenan Allen, Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs.
Standard or PPR?
Cooks, Hill.
Standard.
Cooks for sure.
Cooks and Hill. Hill's got to bounce back. That was a windy game.
Yeah, who are they? Remind me who they're playing. I'm blanking
Alex
on.
Smith.
The Bills. They're playing
the
Bills. Yep, the Bills this week.
The Bills have been pretty suspect.
I just know as far as the last game they had, you got the Bills. The Bills have been bad since they traded. Yeah, the bad have been bad since they made the trade.
I'm still going to go with Keenan Allen, though. Philip Rivers just loves the man. And coming off a week that he just came off of, I think they're going to try to repeat it. Or they're going to want to at least.
Yeah, I'm going Hill, Allen, and Cooks because we needed 3. So those are my 3.
I'm cool with that.
I'm okay with that, too. I'm not going to argue with you, Lucas. Not tonight. I'm not in the mood.
not tonight. Not tonight. Good call, because I'm on one, baby. I'm feeling it.
Show him the money.
Show him
That's
the money.
it. You got to show this guy the money. Or the cookies, in my case.
All right.
Yeah, you owe me a fresh batch.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I don't know. T.Y. Hilton's looking good.
Better than Thielen?
Shut up.
Let me get one more quick wide receiver question in, and then we'll get back into the sack. Half point PPR for Mr. Mooser 23. Hilton, Corey Coleman, Doxson, or Juju?
Hilton, right?
Hilton. Yep. Hilton against Tennessee at home. Yeah. Start him up.
All right, Mike, get back into the questions until we get another 7 phone calls. And who's welcome to the show?
Okay, yes, we are officially on question number 3. We have Mike G81. He says, have PPR rest of season, keep Ty Montgomery, or cut for Breida. I have Hyde or Mack.
No, keep Ty Mont. He has the most upside. Breida, I mean, if Hyde goes down, okay, but you're counting on an injury versus Ty Montgomery is at worst, if healthy, taking 50% of those snaps. Did you say PPR or standard?
I said half PPR.
Okay, yeah, I mean, he catches a decent amount of balls when he's healthy, too. So what do you guys think?
Yep, I agree with that 100%. I don't think there's much value in Breida. Mack doesn't really just seem like he's been getting involved the way we all kind of want him to get involved.
Yeah, it's week 11 or week 12. I mean, if they were gonna do it, they would have done it by now, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. You guys have any arguments here?
I agree.
Okay. We got Dio. He says half PPR flex Watkins, Abdullah, Coleman, or Woodhead. This week, I think I'm flexing Abdullah. Yep. Or not Abdullah, sorry, Watkins.
I guess if Woods is out, which do we know
for sure.
Woods is out. So yeah, I'm gonna go Watkins. I'm gonna expect Goff to swing it. I have a funny feeling that Woodhead's gonna get in the end zone. They're gonna get him a touchdown this week, but I think Watkins could have a big coming out party again.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of what I'm leaning on. And with Woods for sure out, I think he's going to get that target share.
Hoos, what do you think? I'm curious.
I am having difficult time hearing you guys because I'm in this big ass mansion or something like that. I was invited
Cement
to,
box.
And
oh well, don't let us stop your good time with your mansion party friends.
So
he's really at a shelter.
This is
where
where
they have really bad Wi-Fi.
This is where the Sleeper Wire money goes to. So Hoos can just travel around to places with shitty Wi-Fi.
There we go.
But no, I agree with you guys again. So answer's unanimous.
Okay, we got a phone call. Howdy, caller. What's your name?
What's going on, guys? It's Dwayne from Montreal.
What's up,
Dwayne? How's it
Dwayne?
going?
I got a couple of questions for you guys.
Awesome. Hit us.
So,
what you got?
Last week I started Dak. I still ended up winning by 20 points.
Congrats,
you, man.
Congrats. He cost me a week, so.
For this week, how do you guys feel about him this week over Andy Dalton?
I feel better about most quarterbacks over Andy Dalton besides Eli Manning.
Look, I'll take
Browns,
I'll take Dak throwing the ball left-handed over Andy Dalton.
Yeah, the Browns defense, even though they lose every single week, actually isn't that bad. And Andy Dalton will get beat up. Chargers defense looked insanely good last week, but as soon as a real quarterback got in, the Chargers let up points. Dak will be fine.
Okay. All right, so another thing. So I'm rolling out Thielen again.
Oh, yeah.
For the 12th week in a row.
Yep.
What do you guys think about Diggs?
He's the number 2 on that team now.
Yeah, he has the ability to stretch the field and make a big play, but Thielen's getting double the targets and is a higher percentage chance to be used in the red zone.
I really like Diggs this week because I think Thielen's going to be concentrating on getting concentrated on by Darius Slay. So I'm actually thinking Diggs has a good week. I actually feel good rocking them both out there. I think this is going to be a point bonanza.
I was about to say that. I was about to say this reminds me of almost like a Juju and Brown situation where, like, obviously Thielen's not Antonio Brown, but you have that number 1 who's kind of just doing it to every team, and then you have the number 2 who's really good and
reaping the benefits.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But like the crazy thing is the number 2 reaping the benefits is actually their number 1. So this is a week you could roll both out and be fine with it.
Yeah. Okay. One more. Well, actually, 2 more. Sorry. Defenses rest of the season: Ravens, Eagles, and Chargers.
Eagles.
I agree. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that. The Eagles are legitimately tough. They might be the Super Bowl winners this year.
Oh God, yeah. As long as Wednesday's healthy, they're crazy.
Well, and nobody touches him, so
no one, dude.
Like it'll be non-contact if he gets hurt.
Their team is beautifully built.
Okay. And the last one. I'm in first place, right? So regardless, I don't care if I lose this week, but I do. But
for pride. No, we understand. You're playing for pride. It matters.
Exactly. I'm going for a high upside. Mixon or Doxson. Or should I Doxson?
Yeah, over Mixon. Cleveland's a rough running defense.
Yeah.
What were you about to say? It sounded like you had something else coming.
Or should I go wire and go for McKissick or Kenny Golladay?
I actually love McKissick this week. Okay, they have no one else, and if you watch that guy, he is good. He's good.
He's good, but he's also I feel like Doxson's going to be. I don't know, it's hard to say. McKissick is higher upside. No, but it's like I'll cookie bet the shit out of you. But what I'm saying is Doxson is a higher floor. We're echoing through someone. And McKissick is a higher ceiling. So do you want to play it safe, or do you want to take the risk for the major production? Because if you want the major production, McKissick If you want the safer floor, dogs.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. And thanks for everything.
Hope you get the
Cool.
W.
Thanks.
Yeah, good luck, man.
Thanks a lot.
Who's echoing?
I'm not sure if that was a caller. Let me see if when he disconnects.
I think it was.
Yeah,
I think it was
okay.
the caller.
So I think
I didn't finish my argument there because we had that echo. But I guarantee McKissick is going to. Davis is out. They don't have anyone else, and McKissick is good. They're playing San Francisco. He's good in the passing game. And he's going to get touches. The dude's going to get 15-plus touches against San Francisco, and he's probably going to have 5 or 6 catches. He might even have more catches than Doxson this week, much less yards.
I just feel I'm not disagreeing with you that his production is going to be there. My only concern is Eddie Lacy should be back this week.
What does that matter? Eddie Lacy sucks.
Eddie Lacy may suck, but Pete Carroll wants him to be the starter.
He can want him all he wants. Eddie Lacy couldn't move his 500-pound butt a yard across the goal line to get into the end zone. He is useless, and McKissick is good.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just going off what the coach has been doing this season, and that's what Pete Carroll's been doing. I'm not saying it's a good thing.
That's fine. We're going to cookie bet this, though, and
I will legitimately mail you cookies. So
that's fine. I want you to make them though. I want you to put Lucas's better with some icing on top. Number one host or something like that. So, but yeah, I think McKissick is a great like daily play this week, and he can get him pretty cheap. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen here. They are going to tear up San Francisco. McKissick's going to have a huge game.
Yeah.
I'll make it so it says Lucas is the most mediocre host.
Lucas is the mediocre that's better than me, so whatever that makes you, I guess.
Lucas,
you were right, Cookies.
Most okayest host.
Hey, I like that. Most okayest. I like that.
Guys, I got a couple defensive questions coming in hard and fast on the Mixer chat. Nick Miller wants to know Panthers, Patriots, Raiders, or Ravens? Who do you like the most out of those 4?
Just for rest of season or this week?
Let's say this week and rest of season.
Ravens. Ravens for me all day. I love the Ravens. The rest of the season, they have a really good schedule. They got a lot of soft teams that they're playing. I like the Ravens out of this mix.
Yeah, I like them this week, and then they do play Detroit and Pittsburgh the following 2 weeks, so I don't love that. But the Pats have been pretty good from a real football standpoint. I don't know that I necessarily love them.
Yeah, they're not getting a lot of turnovers. You're right. They're keeping scores low.
They do play Miami twice, though.
Yeah.
They play Miami twice.
Possibly Matt Moore. All right. Panthers in there. I think Raiders can be disqualified from that right away. So Ravens, Patriots, maybe Panthers, maybe, but Ravens probably most of all. Okay, actually, there's another defense question up at the top here. D-Unit 0811. I'm locked in playoffs. Been streaming defenses all season. Good for you. I'm ready to stash 2 for rest of season and the playoffs. Which of the following should I pick up? Lions, Saints, Bears, Broncos, Chiefs, Redskins, Patriots, or Titans? I need 2. That was a lot.
Lions for sure.
Redskins.
Okay.
They have a nice end of season too.
Yeah, I agree.
Lions and Redskins?
Lions and Redskins for me.
There you go. Awesome. All right, carry on with the mail sack. We'll get to more of these questions later.
Right. Okay, we got Wilson27. He says Standard League. He says, do I start McCaffrey or Latavius Murray?
Latavius Murray.
I'm starting Latavius Murray here too.
Ooh, okay, yeah, I'm going against y'all. I see no reason. I like Latavius Murray, but he is still splitting as to where McCaffrey is becoming more and more an integral part of that offense.
You know who shuts people down? The New York Jets shut people down.
But not even that. It's what team I think is going to be more dominant in their game, and I think it's going to be Minnesota. So they're going to be running the clock out.
I just think Latavius is going to fall in the touchdown 1 or 2 times. I just think there's going to be high scoring upside. I don't really think it's going to be a shutout. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be high scoring both sides of the ball.
Well, what I mean is, like, if you're Minnesota, you're going to use Latavius more because you have great receivers. And when you're up, you're going to want to kill clock. You're going to want to kill as much as possible. Carolina against the Jets actually do have a decent defense, but let's say Carolina does jump out to a 21-point lead or something crazy. Jonathan Stewart's getting the ball.
I would love to be on board with you guys because I have Latavius, and it's in a very important game for me this week, and I need him to show up. But my gut is telling me that Christian McCaffrey is the play here. Although I do like both of them, I give the edge to McCaffrey. But I'm happy to play Latavius, so I don't think you can go wrong with either of them.
Wilson's going to go with what I say because Wilson's my buddy. So, Wilson, you play Latavius Murray and you put a smile on your face. And real quick, I'd like to apologize to anybody who I had left hanging on SleeperBot. Around this time of year, my job gets very, very busy. A lot of people only cook twice a year, so everybody's ovens get broken. I had to work my butt off up to the show. So if I ignored you, if I didn't get into any of your questions, especially the pre-waiver wire ones, those are the worst ones to miss. I apologize right now. So
I feel the same way. My job in distribution, crazy for the holidays, which is always rough when it coincides with people, especially in SleeperBot, sending me messages all the time, and I try to get to them as fast as I can. But if I miss them, I also apologize.
I was about to sing.
Mike's talking about his oven. What he's really talking about is how many cookies he's sitting there having to bake for me.
I'm going to make you were right cookies. I already decided that while you guys were talking. I'm like, I'm going to make cookies that say you were right, and I'm going to send them to Texas, buddy.
Hey, I appreciate that.
I got one more from Wilson real quick. This is just back to back. Elijah McGuire or Clement in PPR this week?
Elijah McGuire, hands down. That guy's going to get a workload, I think. I think he's just he gets the ball. He's a very productive handcuff.
I think Clement, because Clement's almost not even handcuffed right now. He's going to surpass Blount as number 2 running back, and Ajayi will get more work, but Clement's really effective in goal line.
I just don't like Chicago Bears. Like, I do not like playing anybody against the Chicago Bears.
All right.
Lucas, I need a tiebreaker.
I feel like Clement's going to be the receiving back, too, though. I know Ajayi can catch, but, I mean, that's the thing. Clement's one of those, like, Ajayi is the better back, but Clement's kind of like a Cohen where he can kind of do it all, and he's really effective in the end zone, or in the red zone.
Yeah. Ajayi's really the guy.
That right.
Yeah, I'm going Ajayi. Ajayi is the guy.
Ajayi is the guy. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll move on.
Ajayi wasn't. Wait a minute. Ajayi wasn't in the question. It was Elijah McGuire or Corey Clement.
Yeah, so Corey Clement, the only reason Ajayi is in the conversation is because they're both Eagles. And Ajayi's going to start getting that increased workload now that he's starting to get more familiar with that offense. I'm not too high on Clement.
You talk a lot. I just need a name. McGuire is the guy? 2 out of 3?
McGuire.
Dennis degree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go, Wilson. Carry on. Sorry.
I shifted gears there. I was thinking of another question.
It's all good.
Okay. Moving on. We got The Rock. Are we good, Steve?
Yes. Carry on.
Okay. I didn't want to cut you off, dude. I felt like I cut you off twice there, and I feel bad.
No, I had a joke. I'll tell you later. Go ahead. Carry on with The Rock. The most electrifying man.
He says, can you help me pick 3 in PPR? Thielen, Allen, Stills, Cooper, or Doxson? And that's easy for me. It's Thielen, Allen, and Cooper.
Yep, I agree. I like Stills. I'm a fan of Stills, but he's still the number 3 wide receiver on that team, even though he had a big game. And
if Matt Moore's quarterback, I'd start Stills over Cooper. Matt Moore loves Kenny Stills.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree that he does, but I still don't. I mean, the Cooper is a more elite talent than Stills. So he
loves messing up Denver.
Yeah, you got to go with Cooper. I just don't see how you could play the number 3 for a team over number 1 for a team that's a more productive offense.
Yeah, but you're playing which receiver's been more productive this year?
Kenny Stills for sure.
Exactly. So if this is a must-win game and you're looking for an explosive game out of a player, then go with Cooper. If you need a win and you need that, like, I need this dude to potentially drop 28 points, Cooper has a better chance. But if you're looking for safe, ride it out, you think you're going to win anyways, I'd go Stills.
Yeah, I
agree with that.
See, my counter to that is a lot of Stills' production came while Parker was out, and I know that Parker was there last week, and he had a big game.
He had a big game, but that's because Matt Moore is, like, in Moore's eyes,
He's
telling you
in
right
love
now,
with Kenny Stills.
Stills is the number 2 behind Jarvis Landry. When Cutler's in, Parker's the number 2 behind Jarvis Landry, arguably number 1 sometimes with the amount of targets he gets. Moore loves showing off his cannon. He loves throwing the ball deep, and that's what Stills is made for. And all you need is one of those 5 targets to land, and he equals the points that Cooper has been averaging all season.
Yeah, I can't see a world that you're sitting Cooper. I mean, Cooper's been okay recently.
This week, until I see something different, I don't like anyone on the Raiders. And I had Derek Carr all season. I was touting Derek Carr. I still believe in Derek Carr. But the Raiders receivers, short of Crabtree, have been so disappointing to me this year. Even their running backs. Lynch has had some good carries. He looked okay. But that's an offense that I feel like doesn't care, if that makes sense. And that's why against Denver's stout defense, because it's still a stout defense, may not be number 1 right now, but still very good. And Derek Carr's going to get sacked about 5 times. I would go with Kenny Stills.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not completely against it. I just think that Cooper's having a bigger game this game. They're coming off a game in Mexico City where they just got embarrassed, and they're going to be slinging the rock in this game. Because Denver has a pretty good run defense, but they've been able to be passed on recently. So I see Cooper having a pretty big game here, and I also kind of think that Parker is due. He had a drop and had a ball that was overthrown that got picked. I just think that Parker's due. His ankle, I think, is a little bit better right now, and we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I think Cooper has this game.
Okay. We got Reggie 715. He says pick 4. Kupp, Evans, Thielen, Crabtree, Doxson, or Corey Davis. So who you sitting out of those guys?
Can you name them again?
Corey Davis and Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, I think that's who. But name them one more time for me. We
Okay,
need how
so
many?
we need 4. We've got Kupp, Evans, Thielen, Crabtree, Doxson, or Davis. Corey Davis.
So for me, this is picking one out of Doxson, Corey Davis, and it's really either Doxson or Corey Davis for the 4th for me. Crabtree, Allen, and Mike Evans are starts. Mm-hmm. And I think I'd probably lean Doxson, but I like Corey Davis a lot too.
I do. I'm leaning Corey Davis here.
I lean Corey Davis.
Yeah, so probably sit Doxson.
Yeah, Crowder was getting
Doxson, sit Kupp.
Crowder was getting a lot more work last week. I like Doxson's upside, but Corey's going to be just so many targets.
And I think Kupp has a pretty good week, too, with Woods out. I think Kupp has an actual decent week, but I think I like Corey Davis's upside the best. We got Sleeper Nation. He says Steelers or Eagles this week?
Eagles.
Steelers.
Yeah. I don't think you can lose with this.
I don't know. This is like the best situation to have.
Philly's the number 3 defense on the year, and they're playing Chicago. That lets up.
Chicago has a real running back. I don't think he's asking for a winner. He's asking for a defense. I'd go Steelers defense because Green Bay is just so beat up right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would start the Steelers, and I'd somehow try to flex the Eagles.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad problem to have, but there's no one that can beat. I mean, they have Howard, but I mean, the Eagles are on a roll right now.
Yeah, no, I don't think you could. Like I said, I feel like either one of these is probably pretty good. What about Hill or Diggs full PPR? And I got to go Diggs.
I have to
go
Hill.
Too. That's tough.
I'm going to go Hill here. Even when Hill has a bad game, because of the amount of targets he gets, he still has a good game.
But he doesn't have that many targets, though. He hasn't seen double-digit targets all year long.
But the thing is, he doesn't need to because he catches everything.
Yeah, but so does Diggs.
Yeah, but Diggs is also the number 2. Diggs isn't forced into plays like Tyreek Hill is.
Yeah, man, that's a close one. This is a really close one for me. I think I'm going to lean Hill just because Buffalo's defense has been pretty weak recently, and Detroit has the ability because we don't really know who's going to see more action from Slay, whether it's Diggs or Thielen. We assume that because Thielen's been putting up fantasy numbers recently, that's who we'll see more of that. But I don't think that Case Keenum's that good of a quarterback, so I'm just waiting for that one game. I mean, no, he's going to have a regression game, and we might be seeing it here.
And this is who he is.
Look, Case Keenum's an okay quarterback, but they have a fantastic line.
So why would you expect a regression if their line's fantastic and their receivers are fantastic? The guy has time.
My answer to that is because Detroit is fantastic, and they're able to bring pressure. So that's what I think we're going to see. That we haven't seen a lot of pressure on Case Keenum, making him make the mistakes that I think he's capable of having.
I think the Rams' defense is better than Detroit's.
I don't. I think that the Rams have had a much easier schedule, is what I think.
Okay, fair enough. So that's 2 for Hill, 1 for Diggs.
Not for nothing, we got Tyreek Hill at number 12 in our rankings. Stephon Diggs comes in at 21. So
it's a
pretty big disparity in the rankings alone.
Go by the rankings.
All right. We got Sleeper Nation. Oh, he already got his question answered. We got Raz Attack. He says 2-part question. Start for wide receiver. Pick 3. Baldwin, Parker, Funchess, Davis, or Crowder?
First 3.
I'd do Crowder over Parker. Is this standard or PPR?
PPR.
I do Crowder over Parker.
I'm going with Parker. He's much more talented.
I don't know if he's more talented. And Crowder,
you crazy.
Crowder gets a lot of work, dude. I'm on the Parker train this year, and I love Crowder for what he is. He's great.
I like saying the word Crowder, but I also too am Baldwin, Parker, and Funchess. So we got, and then pick one for his tight end. He's starting Clay or Doyle, and I think we already did
Jack Doyle.
2 for Doyle, 1 for Clay.
I like Clay more than Doyle, but Doyle has kind of won me. Like as a player coming into the season, I would have just said Clay because I didn't like Doyle, but they've been leaning on him, so I got to go Doyle begrudgingly.
It's the one says, I have Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara, and Kareem Hunt. Should I bench Hunt for Kamara, Josh McCown, or Fitzpatrick? And yeah, I mean, I'm all in on Kamara. You have to be.
Fitzy for me, and I am benching Hunt. What do you guys think, McCown or Fitz?
I'm trying to think. I think I am going Fitz here, as gross as that is.
He has better options.
Yeah.
And, people always hate on Fitz, but we forget that he was like a top 8, top 9 QB 2 years ago.
I think McCown is a harder matchup this week. I like him better. I mean, if I was stuck between them long run, I'd probably pick McCown.
Yeah, for sure. I like McCown rest of the season.
Yeah, but this week I'd go Fitz.
Okay. We got the Ardskins. He says, Stafford or Flacco? Start Stafford at all? It's Thanksgiving Day. Stafford wants that turkey, dude. He's going to go for that turkey. Yes, start Stafford.
The only reason Stafford even plays football is so he can have free turkey on Thanksgiving.
Fact.
And $134 million, I think.
No, that's just icing on the cake. It's really
Nope.
But I'm not playing. I'm not using Flacco ever.
At least not over Stafford, and not ever. I've used Flacco in desperate situations.
Have you used him? Have you used him this year?
Yes.
In any league? How did that work out for you?
I still won, but I had.
Did he help you win?
No, good God.
Okay, there's your answer.
Do you feel dirty about doing that? You feel dirty about admitting that?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Like, how do you feel saying that to a few thousand people right now?
Desperate times call for desperate measures. I bet you most of the listening audience has had to deal with the Flacco in their lineup or a Bethard.
Let's talk about how I drafted Eli Manning in a 2 QB league. So, come on. We all make mistakes.
Apparently, Max doesn't listen to the MailSack.
This was before the MailSack.
Guys, I got a QB question real quick here. Chris Ochoa on the Mixler. Chris Ochoa 1, Wentz or Dak? I think I know what you guys are going to say. Wentz.
I just winced at that question.
I mean, come on. Great. If you've been a fan of ours for a while, you would have heard the preseason. I was singing Wentz's praise for this season.
Okay, so Wentz all the
way. I
love
that, man.
Hold on, let me see real quick if he's playing me this week. Because if he's playing me, I think we should go with Dak.
Oh, you know this guy. All right.
I do, yeah. So I think it's Dak. And here's why.
Consider the source, Chris. Consider the source.
Yeah, no, you start Wentz. You start Carson Wentz all day. You do not want to sit this guy. He's too good.
He's got a second part, full point PPR. So he's got Tyreek Hill, Thielen, Tate. Needs one of them. So Hill, Thielen, or Tate.
Thielen. You're never sitting Thielen. You're never sitting Thielen.
All right.
Absolutely agree with that.
I got the Bear Jew asking me, Mohamed Sanu, Tevin Coleman, Robbie Anderson, Marvin Jones, Devontae Adams, Alex Collins. I need 2.5 point PPR. I'll do those names again. So Sanu, Coleman, Robbie Anderson, Marvin Jones, Devontae Adams, Alex Collins. I need 2.
You're going to go Adams for me.
I got Tevin Coleman and freaking Robinson. The receiver for the Jets, right? That's his name.
Anderson?
Robinson.
Anderson.
Oh yeah, Robbie Anderson. That's who he asked for. I hate when I get a million names. It's hard to visualize.
Well, so okay, I'll just do the names. You say yes or no. Mohamed Sanu, half point PPR.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Tevin Coleman.
Yes.
No.
If Foreman's out, yeah.
Okay.
Or Freeman's out, rather.
That's a maybe. I'm kind of on the cusp there. It's between those two, and I think you got to roll with Marvin Jones. He did me dirty 2 weeks ago, but he's been looking good, so I'm going with Marvin Jones.
But Anderson gets 1 trillion targets a game.
He
does.
All right, so
it's PPR, so
half point. So Anderson, Jones, or Adams? Anderson, Jones, or Adams? Out of those 3, which one?
Jones. I got to go with Jones here.
Okay. I'm Anderson, but it's 2-1, so Jones it is.
All right.
Yeah, against Carolina,
We're also confident.
I'm going Jones.
It's hard. All right, Alex Collins.
That's a tough one.
Alex Collins just kind of on the edge there. We do have a caller. Caller, hello. What's your name?
Hey, it's Nick again. What's going on?
Hey, what's happening, Nick?
Not much. Just tied for first in every single league I have.
Yeah, baby. I love hearing that.
Right. Okay, I got a Greg Olsen question. I know you guys are my number one fantasy source, but I look through multiple sources every week to see who I should put in my lineup. And a lot of other people are saying Greg Olsen isn't going to be he's back in the lineup. What's your opinion?
Who's your other option?
He's my only tight end currently.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what's on your free agency. If you have Kyle Rudolph, Jack Doyle out there, yeah, sure. I know Hunter Henry looks good this week, but I have no issue with Greg Olsen. And I've said before in this podcast many, many times, don't expect more than 6 points out of your tight end. 4 points if it's a standard league, and he should get more than that for you. Cam Newton's already come out and said he's going to feed him the ball.
Yeah, Cam loves Olsen. This is tried and true. This is not something where we need to see the money, right? We don't need to see this happen again. We know if Olsen is out there, if he's playing, unless they're coming out and saying for sure that he's going to be on a limited snap count, which I haven't seen that. I haven't seen sources saying he's going to be on limited snap count. They're wanting to win, and they're wanting to be emphatic about it. They're in the hunt right now. They've been playing better football over the last few weeks. Olsen's, if he's out there, which he's going to be, he's going to be hungry. Cam's going to get him the ball. I don't think you're sitting him if you have him.
Okay. Hey, thanks, guys.
Yep. Good luck, man.
Yep, you too.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Okay.
Were you waiting on my? Are you waiting on me? I got a couple more if you want, real quick here.
Oh yeah, hit us.
All right, so we did the Bear Juice first part of the question. We said Mohamed Sanu. We were kind of torn on Jones and Anderson. Here we go. Jamal Williams. Oh, drop Jamal Williams for Sammy Watkins in a half-point PPR. Yes or no?
I wouldn't, because I don't know what else you got. To me, just running backs are a premium right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you're needing a wide receiver to play this week and Jamal Williams is not going to see the field for you, I would say go ahead and do it. When Robert Woods comes back, Sammy Watkins gets relegated to what he was, which is 5 targets a game. He might bust one off for you. He has the ability to do that, but they're not using him as a number one wide receiver right now. That's just getting fed the ball. So if you need him this week while Woods is out, go ahead and do it. If you don't need Jamal Williams, otherwise, I think Mike is right, and you gotta hold on the running back.
Yeah, we don't even know if they're going to use Sammy Watkins the way that you would expect them to. It could be the same as it has been. So
they have decent receivers there too. I mentioned in the other show, Farrah Cooper could be a sleeper. He was a decent receiver for him last year, and he kind of fills that number 2 role they kind of love with Woods.
All right, got Ricardo Banks asking flex. McKissick, Mike Wallace, or Josh Doxson standard? McKissick, Wallace, or Doxson in standard?
A lot of Doxson questions.
Yeah.
Mike Wallace.
McKissick. The dude's going to have a huge game.
I agree.
I just think Mike Wallace is the safest, and he's probably the most likely of all of them to see the end zone. Well, Josh Doxson's kind of likely, too. I'd go Doxson, actually. More talent. Better team.
McKissick against the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm McKissick all day.
Say no more. Say no more.
Okay.
All right. That's all I got for right now, guys. Thanks.
Okay. We got Sleeper Nation. He says, do you think Russ can stay a high-end quarterback one rest of season with their schedule?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too. I don't even really know what their schedule is, but it's Russell Wilson end of season. This guy's dominant.
Yeah, it's not a difficult schedule.
And not only that, even if he can't perform passing the ball, he's going to perform on the ground.
Yeah, he has such a high floor for you.
I agree. So we've also got Redskins again. Says Crabtree, Robbie Anderson, or Corey Coleman. Sit one PPR.
Sit Corey Coleman.
Yep.
I sit Robbie Anderson there, but that's just me. So you're going to sit Corey Coleman.
Yes.
We got Wilson 27. He says Vernon Davis or Tyler Croft in standard.
Vernon Davis.
Yeah, with Reed out and then Tyler Croft dealing with his hand issue right now, I'm going Vernon Davis.
I would say Tyler Croft over most in a standard league because he's a red zone dominant threat.
Well, we don't even know if
Vernon
he's playing this week. We don't even know his status, and if he is, I mean, you got to have your hands to catch the ball. So
I mean, Tyler, he came back in the game. I think he's going to be good to go. I think again, I wish I had my ukulele because I'm alone over here on Garbage Island. I go with Tyler Croft in this one.
He came back in the game, but he didn't catch another pass.
Fact, yeah, no, but he'll be okay. I think he'll be good to play this week. We got Raz Attack, waiver pickup. Would you go Woodhead or Booker?
Booker.
Is
Woodhead.
it you said PPR?
Just waiver pickup. Based on this guy's questions that I've seen before, I believe it is PPR.
Well, if it's PPR, I'd go Woodhead. But if I need a running back that can potentially carry me, it's kind of hard to say. Booker has a better chance of taking over as a starting running back.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Alex
He's
Collins,
definitely the brighter look.
Yeah, they really like Alex Collins there, so it'll be probably kind of rough for Woodhead for just their standard game. But
yeah, I mean, I like both of these people. I don't like Denver's offense, and I'm pretty sure Woodhead is going to have a high floor. So for that reason, I'm going to go Woodhead in a PPR. If it's standard, I'm going Booker.
Yep, I agree with that.
Guys, I got a running back question real quick. I totally missed this one. Oswaldo Andrade needs 3 running backs to start standard, okay? Ajayi, McCoy, Gurley, Hunt, Pirine, McKinnon, and Martin. I do not believe that he has this team, but I guess he does.
So it's Gurley and McCoy,
right?
For
and
sure.
Ajayi.
And then probably Ajayi.
Or you could take a flyer on Hunt and just hope that he has a bounce back because the kid is talented enough.
Yeah, probably.
I really like McKinnon this week. That's my third.
Yeah,
really? I do. Yeah, I do.
See, for me, this is...
I'm going for the number 1 backs. I'm going to have to say Hunt.
Yeah, I got to go Hunt in a flex just purely for the upside. I mean, he's still a top 5 running back on the season that, if used properly, is...
Not only that, he's still getting you in a PPR. He's still getting you about 14 points a week.
No, this is standard league. This is standard.
Yeah, but
league.
that's what I'm saying. He has a better chance in standard than McKinnon. He'll see the end zone at least once. And for a flex, that's kind of all you're looking for.
I got to go Hunt in the flex because Hunt, I'm not usually going for the floor. I want the high upside. So for me, it would be, assuming that Gurley and McCoy are obvious shoe-ins.
Yep.
No, you're not going to get any arguments here.
It would be Hunt, Ajayi, and then actually Pirine for me.
I mean, that's you.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm not going to argue with that, though, because that is a good point. I like Hunt. I like all of them, really. I mean, even Pirine I like this week, although I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think they could all be serviceable in that slot position. So
yeah, they could be. And Pirine, I mean, you saw what he did with Chris Thompson being there half the game, and the Skins can move the ball. He's going to get some red zone touches. You can bank on it.
Absolutely.
So I do like Pirine quite a bit, but it is tough to play. I like Ajayi and I like Hunt too.
Got a quick one from D Unit 0811 Matt Ryan or Cam this week?
Cam.
Matt Ryan.
Ooh.
Break the
The
tie.
signing factor is Lucas.
Matt Ryan. I'm looking at who they're playing against. Cam's playing against the Jets, and Matt Ryan's going against Tampa. We just saw Matt Moore light them up. So
Yeah, fair enough. I switch. Matt Ryan.
All right. That's all I got. Carry on with the questions. Where we at? Oh,
We're
trade
on
alert.
Angry Dirty Bird.
Nice.
Angry Dirty Bird says, drop the New Orleans defense and grab Atlanta, Tennessee, or Minnesota. I think we answered this already. We wanted Minnesota, don't you know?
Yup.
Okay. We got Arva Shaw, 23. He says, Coleman versus Howard. Howard against Best Rundy, and Coleman might start again if Freeman out.
If Freeman's out, Coleman.
Okay, and if not, Howard?
Yeah.
Okay, I agree. Lucas?
Yep, I'm with you.
Okay, and then we got, he needs 2 wide receivers out of Golden Tate, Emmanuel Sanders, and Devin Funchess, and Marquise Lee. Which 2 should he start?
Golden Tate and Funchess.
I like that as well.
I like Funchess and Lee only because I just don't like to mess around on Rhodes Island. Nope, no thank you. Never.
I just don't like counting on Blake Bortles.
That's
Funchess.
also a very fair statement. It's just by a hair for me, though.
And do we know that Rhodes is shadowing Tate?
Not 100%, but I imagine he probably will. I
think that
Tate
honestly,
on Jones.
I think Jones is technically classified as the number 1, and Tate's more the slot guy, which I'm not sure that Rhodes shadows him.
Tate also gets the ball so fast out of the backfield. It's like I said, it's splitting hairs. It's very close to me between Tate and Lee. But
we got 2-1, so.
Yep, so you're rocking Tate and Funchess. Because we all agreed on Funchess. We got Captain Kirk. He says, do you start Alvin Kamara over Fournette this week, full PPR?
Yes.
We answered it on the phone. We sure do. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? We got Gabe 1911. He says, PPR, choose 2. Ajayi, Darkwa, McKissick, Corey Davis, Rob Anderson, or Dakwa? Dakwa.
I think we answered this, too.
We might have. I think we went, what was it? Ajayi and Anderson?
Say him one more time.
Ajayi, Darkwa, McKissick, Corey Davis, Robbie Anderson, or Toxin. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
How many? 2?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we chose Ajayi and Darkwa. I'd probably go Ajayi and Anderson.
I'm going Ajayi McKissick. McKissick's going to have a huge week. I think McKissick has a bigger week than everyone on that list, including Ajayi.
Okay, fair enough. We got choose one of 2. We got Ajayi, Darkwa, or McKissick.
I'm Ajayi.
Ajayi. It was choose 2, right?
Choose one of 2.
Is this PPR?
Yeah, full point.
Yeah.
McKissick for me. I do like Ajayi a lot, so I'm not upset either way. But I do think McKissick gets a heavier workload against a worse defense.
Okay. Then choose one. Keenum, Dalton, or Brissett?
Keenum.
Dalton or hold on, I gotta look at this.
Keenum's versus the Lions.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
That makes me nervous. Who's Indianapolis playing? I think they're playing someone decent, aren't they? Tennessee.
Yep.
And Dalton is playing against Cleveland. I think Dalton has a better game here. I think Dalton outperforms both of them.
I think you are smoking some serious drugs. I'm going to go with Case Keenum.
I'll cookie bet you on that one.
Dude, I'm on a diet. I don't want to be eating all these cookies you're going to be sending me.
I'm eating these cookies, okay? I'm like Santa Claus over here.
You're going to make
sure to
them
send
and
me
just,
some cold milk with them.
You're going to make them and Skype me just crying while you eat cookies?
Look, Case Keenum is not that good.
All right, except for the fact that he is.
Okay, we're going to see.
He's
Andy Dalton's been bad for 2 seasons.
Yeah, and it's against Cleveland. Case Keenum had an 8-point game against Baltimore. He had a 19-point
Baltimore's
game.
a better defense than the Lions.
Yes. Disagree.
Browns.
Case
the
Keenum
Browns are a better defense than the Lions.
Okay, so now I just think that you're screwing with our callers. Because The Detroit Lions are one of the best defenses this year.
The Detroit Lions are very good, but Minnesota
they're
Vikings
very good. What does that make
offense
them
is the Minnesota Vikings offense is full steam ahead. They're killing it. Andy Dalton's been garbage for 2 years. He had a mediocre 25 minutes last week. 25 minutes, not a full game. He had a good 25 minutes, then got nothing else done. He threw some he threw some nice touchdowns for almost no yards. The guy is so unproductive. I don't know why he keeps getting a pass. Why people aren't attacking him the way we attack all these other shitty quarterbacks.
People do attack him.
Not
People
enough.
do it. Yeah,
Not
they
enough.
attack him. So I want you to answer me this question. What week are we in? We're in week 12, right?
We are week 12.
Has Andy Dalton put up a 30-point game this season?
I don't think so.
He has. And who is it against?
Now I have to scroll back. I'm not sure. I don't care about Andy Dalton's life.
Oh, you don't care that Andy Dalton put up a 30-point game against Cleveland at Cleveland, and he's
Was this like week 2?
It was
when Myles Garrett wasn't there.
It was week 4, but regardless, they were in Cleveland, and now they're playing in Cincinnati. His best game is against Cleveland. Andy Dalton usually tears up Cleveland.
Have the Browns not been getting better since week 4?
I mean, how many games have they won? Define better.
They've barely lost 10 games.
They barely lost every single
I mean, you also
game.
have to think, week 8 versus versus Cleveland. Minnesota stomped Cleveland, too. I just think the pass game is better in Minnesota. They have better overall receivers. The majority of their receivers are better.
I will say that slightly. AJ Green is the best wide receiver on either of those two teams.
Let's just look at the box scores real quick, though. Let's just look at the box scores. So last time the Vikings played Detroit, it was a 14-7 game. Not that good. But if you want to look at the season, Minnesota is 29 points, 26, 34. Game against Detroit, 7, 20, 23, 24, 33, 38. Last week, 24. They're a team that puts up numbers.
So this is what I'm going to say. The last time that Case Keenum played the opponent that he's playing this week, this season, he put up 9 points. He had 0 touchdowns. He put up 9 points against them. Last time Andy Dalton played,
Kareem Hunt put up 63 points to the Patriots. Do we think that's going to happen again?
We're talking about the quarterback.
I understand that, but like it's the teams are better. Andy Dalton's not good. You could say Case Keenum isn't good, but Case Keenum has, in my eyes, has a better track record than Andy Dalton over the last 2 years.
He put up 9 points at home against Detroit. They're playing in Detroit. He's not going to put up more than 15 points this week.
I can't believe you guys even have an argument here. It's Jacoby Brissett all
Cookie
day long.
Get out of here. Look.
No, I
Andy
actually like
Andy
Dalton
Dalton
this week.
Thank you. 2 versus 1. Max, go sit in the corner.
No one puts baby in a corner.
No one
You guys-
puts baby in the corner.
You guys wouldn't know what's funny. I'm looking at our rankings right now. You got Dalton 15, Keenum 17, Brissett 18. So they're all right there in the low middle.
They're in the low middle, but
yeah.
Case Keenum all around, and if you look at everyone's rankings, hasn't moved an inch in the last 6 weeks, and he's been doing very well.
Yeah, he's been a serviceable quarterback, and you can't argue with the record.
Like, what's Derek Carr's ranking right now? I don't have our ranks in front of me. I'm just curious. I'm curious. Not arguing you anymore. I'm curious.
Carr
So you're
is
conceding.
wow. Carr is 19. He's below all of them.
All right, good. Because he's projected higher than Case Keenum this week, which I don't see happening because the receiving game is terrible there. And I'm still doing Cookie. I'm not conceding. I just accepted a bet that you may or may not have accepted. And I want to move on.
I made the bet.
Well, the bet's accepted, so there it is.
I'm ready to eat some cookies too, so just make sure you guys just throw a couple my way when you guys. How about you send them to me and I'll distribute all the cookies? That sounds like a great idea.
But will you distribute them?
You never know. Depends on how good they are.
Look, my call last week was Fitzpatrick over Goff. This week it's Andy Dalton over Case Keenum. So we'll see if I can go 2 for 2.
Very good. We got Fuller House. He says, which defense should I pick? He's not keeping the Chargers. Baltimore, Carolina, Atlanta, or Tennessee?
Carolina.
Baltimore, right?
Baltimore for me, too.
Why does it say Baltimore at Detroit?
I don't know, because every other thing there is right. Baltimore isn't at Detroit this week.
Baltimore's at home versus Houston.
Yeah, and I think that's
I'm not taking Baltimore.
Tom Savage on the road.
Yeah, Tom Savage on the road may be funny, but you're looking at DeAndre Hopkins, Lamar Miller. Like, they're still a good team. I'm going to have to go with Carolina versus the Jets. The Jets are terrible.
No way.
Hey, we'll find out next week. Next week on Mailbag.
There you go. We got Razatak. He has Gordon and DeMarco Murray as his main running back. Should he grab Henry and Eckler for the handcuff going into the playoffs? I mean, if you have the room, now's the time to grab the handcuffs. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't, that's how I feel. That's how I feel about that.
I mean, you're not going to be. Yeah,
I'm picking up
stashing people. You're going to be playing over these guys, right?
I'm picking up Eckler in front of Henry. I mean, Henry has had the opportunity. I don't know how many weeks. Oh, DeMarco Murray's questionable. We don't know if he's going to play, and then he puts up 30 points that week, and Henry does nothing.
Right. Yep. Nope. I like Eckler a lot more than I like Henry. Eckler's just. I mean, that guy's been balling out. What do you think, Max?
I concede. I agree. I agree with. I don't know.
You would grab different people, or
I don't like Eckler at all. But, he is good. He's a great handcuff. And Henry, what sucks is if say Gordon goes out, Eckler is not going to be a number one running back, but Henry would be if Murray's out. But Eckler is a safer play at week to week if you're looking for those explosive kind of situations. I know he has Gordon and DeMarco Murray. I'd probably grab Derrick Henry because there's a better chance of Murray getting hurt because of his age. And I guess that's where I'm going to have to sit.
I actually can't argue with that. That's good analysis. I agree completely. I just still feel like I said, now's the time to grab them because you shouldn't be rostering hopefuls at this point. I mean, if there's Josh Gordons out there and things like that, that's okay. But to me, it's handcuff time.
Hey,
we
Mike,
got Noah Warren ever. Oh,
Mike,
sorry, Lucas.
May I interrupt?
No,
real quick?
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say that I think Eckler has standalone value, and with Henry, you're hoping for an injury.
Well, he has standalone value in PPR. That's it, and that's why I said week to week Eckler's better. But if you're going to be rocking Murray and Gordon every week, you don't really need Eckler to go in. So that's what I'm saying. If you don't need Eckler as a flex, then I would go with Henry.
Fair enough. What were you going to say, Steve?
I got Fuller House edited his question. You guys just did the defense question. He changed it up on the thing here. It was Minnesota, not Baltimore. So his options were Minnesota, Detroit, Carolina, Jets, Atlanta, or Tennessee.
Oh, that's Carolina for me now.
It's Carolina.
I'm sorry,
but
guys.
is that rest of the season or just this week?
No, I'm so sorry. Now I'm reading it like an idiot. So he gets choose these friends from these: Minnesota at Detroit, Carolina at the Jets, Atlanta at Tampa Bay, or Tennessee. So it's basically this week: Minnesota, Carolina, Atlanta, Tennessee.
It's gonna be Carolina.
Carolina.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Full PPR. Best two out of these four: McKinnon, Murray, Latavius, McKissick, and Woodhead. PPR, best two.
Say them again.
McKinnon, Latavius Murray, McKissick, and Woodhead.
Latavius and McKissick for me.
Same with me.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
So what I got. I'm done. Carry on.
Okay. We got No Warren Ever 91. He says, sorry, I should have asked. Lat Murray, Orleans Darkwa, Balil Powell, Greg Olson, or J.D. McKissick. PPR formats. He needs two running backs and a flex.
McKissick, Murray, and Greg Olson.
Yeah, say him one more time real quick.
Oh, he has Alfred Morris, too.
Oh, he has Alfred Morris as well. So I like Alfred Morris a lot this week. So he needs two running backs. He's got Latavius Murray, Darkwa, Powell, McKissick, and Morris. And then you need a flex one adding Greg Olson.
I'm going Morris and Latavius Murray. I'm going to drop Bilal Powell if you guys are that confident in McKissick and pick up Greg Olson with that.
I
just agree.
I think I want Darkwa in there. I'm playing Darkwa as my flex. I'm going Latavius Murray, the other guy that we agreed on, and Darkwa. They're playing Washington, who hasn't been good against the run. We saw Ingram and Kamara tear them up. Darkwa.
Ingram and Kamara are on different levels than Orleans Darkwa.
Yes, but he's getting 20 touches a game, and he's getting in the end zone.
But is he going to when Washington drops some serious points at them? KC couldn't do it because the wind apparently was absolutely insane at that game. And that's why it was such a field goal heavy game and nothing really happened. I'm saying Latavius Murray and Alfred Morris, the two number ones, the two clear-cut number ones, and then drop Bilal Powell for Greg Olson.
See, I just don't see Morris having that big of a game against the Chargers. He could, but Darkwa has gone 13, 16, 5, 8, 10, 15, and he put up 16 against Denver at Denver. You know, he put up numbers against KC.
The saving grace with Dallas this week is I can't recall his name. Steve, if you hear me and you know the name, please jump in. Dallas is getting back their left tackle.
Yeah, Tyron Smith.
They're getting him back, and when he's in their offensive line, it looks like a different offensive line. When he's out, it's bad. When he's in, it's fantastic. He's back this week. I'm rolling with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm just disheartened right now. They don't look good at all. I'm not confident in their ability to move the ball. Not that I'm that confident with the Giants either.
Well, congrats. It's their bounce back week.
Yeah, I would like to say yes, I agree, but Chargers look pretty hot right now.
Okay. We got NGC 1277. He says full PPR, Collins or Woodhead?
Yeah, I think we answered his question earlier. He was our first caller. We went with Woodhead. What do you guys think? He's still leaning Woodhead in the PPR?
Yeah, for sure.
Maximilius? Okay, on to the next one.
Okay. We've got C. Whitty. He says needs a DST. Chargers, Saints, Texans, or Falcons?
Who are the Falcons playing again? Tampa. Probably the Falcons.
I think I like the Falcons here, too.
I was muted. That's why you guys didn't hear me, and I didn't realize I was muted till right now. But that being said, if it's just for this week, I'm going to say Falcons. If it's rest of season, I'd say Texans just because they're the best defense.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I just don't like the Texans this week. Baltimore, that's just going to be a stagnant game. I don't see a lot of turnovers anyways. We got 12th Man 2012. He says, happy early Thanksgiving, fellas. And right back at you, buddy. He says, need help with a wide receiver and a flex. Golden Tate, Marquise Lee, Robbie Anderson, Jamal Williams, T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. and Golden Tate.
Yep, that's where I'm at. Lucas?
Say that one more time.
We got Tate, Lee, Anderson, Williams, Jamal Williams, or T.Y. Hilton. He needs a running or wide receiver and a flex.
Tate and Hilton.
Okay, cool. And then Tyrod Taylor or Stafford this week?
I'm going to say Tyrod Taylor because of his legs.
I'm going to say Tyrod because he is pissed off. He's going to put
pissed
up
off. KC lets up lots of points.
Yeah, did you see? I was watching last game, and I could tell Tyrod was pissed off because I was sitting there as a McCoy owner. I'm like, McCoy's going to get his third touchdown right here. And then he didn't because Tyrod was like, no, I'm going to hold on to this ball, and I'm going to say, what up? I'm in the end zone.
Since Tyrod is a good quarterback, I said it last week, said it beginning this week, it made no sense at all for them to sit him. I remember when the news story popped on SleeperBot, I had a very choice comment to say as soon as I read it. I won't say it now because I'll get yelled at by Steve.
I was waiting for you to say. I was about to say.
We'll take your word for it that you don't like it, that you didn't like it. You didn't agree.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor getting benched made 0 sense. I love the fact that he had 5 interceptions in the first half. What justification to have Tyrod Taylor start the rest of the season? So we got Night Hero 27. Uh-oh. Do I start Josh Gordon week 13?
Hell yes, you do.
And yeah, you ran into a trap, Night Hero, because me and Max are huge Josh Gordon fans. So, yes, you're going to start this guy week 13.
Cleveland needs to show off Josh Gordon so they can trade him away for a quarterback or draft picks. That's what's going to happen.
It's like Christmas.
Yep. And it is
to coach again.
I'm going to say it depends on who you have. I want to see it from Josh Gordon.
Wait, so week 13 is going to go L.A., Green Bay, then Baltimore, Chicago, Pitt. So Chargers, start them because they suck. Green Bay, yup. Baltimore, sounds good. Chicago, okay. Josh Gordon's better than any corner on these teams. Go for it. Fire it up. I love Josh Gordon.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I'm not convinced yet. He hasn't been in the game in over 2 years.
All right, you
know,
2 to 1.
Just so you know, Max and I have an unhealthy obsession with Josh Gordon. And we'll leave it at that.
That's fine. Yeah, that's
that and Christine Michael, but he's on IR right now for understanding.
Yeah, and you've. This is not the time to make this argument, but you also had a really unhealthy obsession with Rashard Matthews, who I know had a big game last week, but he hasn't done much all year long.
He just keeps having big games.
I liked Rashad Matthews.
No, me. That was that's
Mike and Hoos. I had
me and McMansion Hoos.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure like Josh Gordon, Alshon Jeffrey, and Carson Wentz this year have been my
big
go-to. Let's pour praise on them since preseason.
Ooh, here's a tough one. Sleeper Nation says Ertz or Olsen, full PPR.
Ertz.
It's tough. If you can flex Olsen, flex him.
First game back for Olsen.
It's not even tough for me.
One of the best in Zach Ertz.
I like Olsen a lot, but Ertz is a freak of nature.
He's one of the top 6.
He's one of the top. He's top 3. Like you got Gronk and you got Kelsey and you got Ertz, and then
Jordan Reed healthy.
I don't even. Yeah, I guess, but man, he's never healthy. I don't think he ever really will be again. I don't think he ever. I think he is a shell of what he once was going forward. So I don't even think you can talk.
I thought that about Gronkowski. So
they're putting the Q on his uniform.
Yeah,
the Q for questionable on his uniform from now on.
Yeah, I was never really worried about Gronk because Gronk's game is just be a huge force of nature in the middle of the field and catch everything thrown your way. As to where Reed was more of like a more skill, more kind of
he was finesse,
flashy, finesse. As to where Gronk just overpowers people, and that's what I have to say about that.
Okay, and it looks like our last question of the night. Razatak says flex play Watkins or Sanu, and it's Sanu for me, and it's not even close.
Sanu. Watkins has huge play potential, but we haven't seen it really play out where he's going to get a lot of targets. Sanu's safe.
Yeah.
Sanu it up.
It up.
I got one more from the Mixer chat, just came in. Hooked on the Thielen. It's one of those pick 3 out of 4, so basically tell me who you're going to sit. PPR. Crabtree, AJ Green, Diggs, Devontae Adams. Who are you sitting?
Diggs. Devontae Adams gets so many balls thrown at him, it's nuts. It's PPR. That's the only reason I say Devontae Adams.
First one was Crabtree.
Crabtree, Green, Diggs, and Adams.
I'm sitting Crabtree.
I could see that, too. I could see sitting Diggs, Adams, or Crabtree.
Right.
Either of those 3. I feel like they're all interchangeable at this point. Crabtree's going against an awesome defense in Denver. Pittsburgh's defense is nothing to slouch at, but Adams gets 1 trillion targets every game. And then Diggs is the number 2. Diggs is the number 2 and might not do that well, might do great. They could all do great, they could all be bad. It's a tough one.
I don't have any shares in this guy, so I didn't realize how well he's been doing. I know he's doing pretty good, but Adams in the last 3 weeks, with Hundley, he has 28 targets, 10-8-10. He has over, can I quite say that? No, he has almost 300 yards. The dude is 12, 20, and 20. In the last 3 weeks for points. So I think you got, and this was against Detroit, Chicago, and Baltimore. Not easy teams. So you got to play Jay Green, and I guess you got to play Adams. So we're really breaking this down between Crabtree and who was our other one?
Diggs. I'm going to change my statement. I'm going to say sit Crabtree. Denver's defense is great. Paxton Lynch is playing. This could potentially be an extremely low-scoring game, but I expect a barn burner for Detroit and Minnesota.
I'm going to go with Max's original gut call here and say sit Diggs. Diggs has seen 6, 5, and 6 targets the last 3 weeks. I know he has the ability to bust off a lot of big plays, but Michael Crabtree is seeing more targets. He's seen 10, 4, and 11 targets. So he's sitting at 25. He's averaging he's at 8.3 targets a week and a PPR that's a pretty big floor. It hurts me to say it, but I'm sitting Diggs against Detroit. I'm just, and I don't think Keenum's having a big game. So sit Diggs for me.
Like I said, it can go either way for me, so I'm honestly cool with sitting Diggs and starting Crabtree. He's the number 1. He does get a lot of targets. This is a really good problem to have.
It is. So for me, I'm the same. If you go with your gut, it's either Crabtree or Diggs that you're sitting.
Yep. I'm on the Crabtree bus myself. It's Denver, Oakland, Denver. No fun. Heart sucks at that matchup.
All right.
About done.
No more calls?
I think that's it, man. That was a monster of a show. Wow.
Was that over 2 hours? Was that 2 hours? I know I signed on at 7. When did we start officially?
It's about an hour 45, I think.
No, we went actually, yeah, you're about right. Hour 45, exactly. Cool. Good job, guys. Well done. Last mail sack of the season before Thanksgiving, big weekend. I hope you guys, I hope each of you and the listeners out there and everybody that's sending questions and call have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Eat lots of turkey, drink lots of beer, watch lots of football, and we'll be back. I don't know if we're doing a show for Friday or not yet, but we will be back on Sunday morning for our Blitz program for the games, for the kickoff. To answer your questions, take your start, sit questions, and all that stuff. We usually start about 11:30 on Sunday mornings. Get it done before kickoff for you. All right, that's it. Go to SleeperWire.com. You want to talk to us, see our rankings, listen to our podcast, submit any questions through the site. You can also find all the SleeperWire champions on the SleeperBot app. You can find Dirty Jobs at Dirty Jobs. You can find Max at MaxSW. You can find Lucas at SleeperWire LBB. You can find me at SW Steve. And you can also find us on the Fantasy Life app. You can also find us on Twitter at SleeperWire Show. So that is it. You want to reach us? That's how you do it. And don't forget, if you enjoy the show and we help you out at all, please consider making a donation this holiday season to our friend Rob's GoFundMe page, trying to raise money to fight chronic Lyme disease and give him a much more satisfactory life. So if you can put any kind of donation in there around the holiday time, that'd be a great Christmas gift for Rob, and we'd certainly appreciate it. Lucas, Max, Dirty Jobs, thank you for doing a monster show. Have yourself a great week 12, guys. Thanks for being on.
Happy Thanksgiving, people.
Guys.
Peace.
Champions from the Sleeper Wire Fantasy Football Show will help you win your fantasy football championship. Sleeper Wire, Friday 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Sleeper Wire on